This is. Hold on one second. Test. Hello. Okay, well, good enough. This is for you, Dawn.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
Blaze in the steel. Bring the heat. Mix it non-stop. With the hottest DJ.
I'm your host, Joshua Diaz.
Non-stop.
The heck is that? That's better. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Good to see you. Dina says that she's glad that she caught this before she goes to bed. I am too. Dina, I'm glad too. And I'm going to tell you why. Here in a second. I'm going to tell you why. So while we wait for the non-existent rest of the people to come in, we might as well just get this out of the way. Now, I love you guys, and I love you guys out there. I promise you I do. I'm not picking on you. But I had no idea that I was used as a bedtime story. I had no idea. I had some idea that some people, turn something on right before they go to bed. They just, get a couple Z's here and there. I got to tell you, it's like, so tell me how you would feel about this. And let's just be honest. And my feelings aren't hurt. I love you guys. I know you're here. I know. Okay, so this is, you're sitting here, you're prepping for your show. You're like, okay, this needs to be here. And this needs to be here. And that. And then boom, boom, boom. Everything's ready. We're like, yeah. Dude, we're locked in. People are like, have a great show. Nobody says that. I'm just pretending that, people are like cheering for me. Yeah, have a great show. And I'm pumped up. I'm like, dude, we got a lot of good stuff to cover tonight. It's gonna be big. And I'm bam, bam, bam. Got my stuff. Fantastic. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. And I'm looking at the chat. And everybody's talking about how they like to fall asleep to the show. Okay. And I'm like, cool. Awesome. The point of the show is to stay awake. I get it. You know, I'm pumped up. You know, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do it big tonight. Yeah. And then everybody's like, oh, I'm sorry. I drank my sleepy tea and Josh puts me right to sleep. That is not my goal, first and foremost. I just want you to know that. I want you to know that my goal is not to put you to sleep. My goal is to get you to interact with me. You know. Oh, it's like, huh? Hello? And then the chat gets slower and nobody calls, and then you're going, but here we go. Dina bringing the party to life. Dina brings the party to life, you know, and you're like, Gwen says, I'm getting sleepy as you speak. I have no doubt about that, Gwen. I have no doubt about that. I'll tell you what, though. Okay. Well, if it's truly bedtime, if that's what it is, then that's what it is, right? I know it's my voice. That's my voice. It's your voice, Josh. It's your voice. It's soothing. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's very nice. Dina, thank you for becoming a member. Josh, some of us are night owls. Yeah, I know. I got you. It's all right. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I'm a little, yeah. I know you guys love the show. I know. It's my voice. I heard you. It's your voice, Josh. A voice that puts you to sleep is not necessarily a good thing for when you're doing a show. You want people to listen. That's just what you want usually, but it's just like, hush, little baby, don't say a word. Well, Dina, just renewed, so, Josh is gonna buy you a mockingbird, and if that mockingbird don't sing, okay. And once again, folks, I'll tell you, I was up here, and now I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Why do you guys think I play the flare? You think I play the flare just for fun? Nobody's going to sleep tonight. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Up. Time for school. Rant, rant, rant. Ha. Oh, yeah. Hi. I can see the numbers dropping by the second. Oh, he's out of control. Okay. Sorry. I had a little freak out there. a little freak out. I had to get it off. I had to get it off my chest. I had to get it off my chest. My career's over. All right, moving on. Let's see. Don't send Donnie to my house. I'll kick him right in the balls. I really would too. Stop, we're trying to sleep. Yeah, I know. That's the point. All right, let's get rid of this chat box here. So tomorrow is the day, the big day that we've all been waiting for. Wake up out there if you're sleeping. Don't you sleep when we got stuff to talk about. Josh, look at it this way. If we sleep, we are here through the entire show, then we replay the crew. 2-time stream. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, and I appreciate you always watching. But, okay, if you watch it, okay, that's cool. I'm actually with that. If you sleep, if you fall asleep during the show and then you rewatch it, that's, look, I'm with you. That's great. I'm cool with that. Single mom of 4 says, Josh, I'm trying to sleep. Then you're in the wrong room. Get out of here. I'm just kidding. Stay here. Yamaha Biker says, my dog's going nuts. Thanks. Don't put that at my feet. You and your dog have had your relationship far before I came into the picture. You know what I mean? I do love the replay crew more than I love the live crew and the replay crew. And now I love the sleepy crew too. I love the sleepy crew too. Uh-oh. The boy with a thorn in his side came in hitting us. What did he say here? Personally, I don't believe it's an actual murder charge, but probably something to do with giving a false statement. I think why would they announce to the family that they're arresting somebody on a false statement? That doesn't make any sense. Right? I mean, you might be right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but why would they, go through all this trouble? Why would they hold a press conference tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. East Coast time, which means I have to be up at 6:30 West Coast time, and get everybody out of bed and ship people from around the world to Delphi to talk about a statement like that? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But I'll defend your right to feel that way. But I don't know. Yeah, of course it's your opinion. I'm not saying it's not your opinion. I agree that it's your opinion, but still, do you really think that would happen? I'm drinking coffee now to be ready. I'm not even going to go to sleep. I'm going to stay up all night. Somebody's got to stay awake around here, and it might as well be me, because it's not going to be you guys. I was curious if you were going to try for his first interview. And him, no. I know. I really am. I have issues. Sorry. Oh, I got to wake everybody up. This is the sleeping hour. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. I'm gonna buy you a mockingbird. Kit Kat, I can't watch the replay if I'm gonna stream it live. Sometimes people like to go through stuff together, and that's what we are here at the lab. We are a caring, loving chat. And if you're having trouble sleeping, this is the place to be. You don't have to retract. Yeah, of course. Look, the thought ran through my mind that it may be something like that as well. But what you got to understand here is, so by 10 o'clock tomorrow, it will be 72 hours that this man has been in custody. And that is the maximum amount of time that they're allowed to hold somebody without releasing the charges publicly. They have not broken any laws. There are people out there saying, well, they're not breaking any laws. This is the law. 72 hours. And they're going to use every second of it. They're going to use every second. And I don't blame them. Do you think that they didn't arrest him at the specific time on purpose for some reason? Why would they arrest him knowing that it's a 72-hour hold, and then they will charge him tomorrow? So who knows if he's even been made aware of what he's going to be charged with or charged with. We don't know. But we're going to find out tomorrow. Because it says here, investigators announced charges versus Delphi murder suspect. To announce. They haven't announced. And my man Thorn in his side thinks that they're going to say that he's arrested on a lying to the police. It's possible. It's doubtful, though. In my opinion, If you're tired, you're in the right spot. Everybody get some Z's. All right. Hold on. Is anybody asleep out there? God. Tired? Tired much? Okay. Seriously, you're like, oh, everybody's going to be here. We're going to all talk about the show. No. Okay, well, so this is kind of annoying, but most things in life are. There we go. Now we're rocking and rolling here. When Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter steps up before the microphones of reporters from across the country at the Delphi United Methodist Church Monday morning. And that's how you know that you're dealing with a small town, when they hold their press conferences at the Methodist Church. Let's see. Yes, it's announced as charges, not superstition of murder. They're not telling us anything. I'm telling you, dude. You can shoot me with a paintball gun if it's something not serious. How's that? And then if you win, you can fall asleep during the show, and I won't give a damn. Okay, so when Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter steps up before microphones, He is expected to announce what charges 50-year-old Richard Allen faces in connection with the murders of 2 young girls on the banks of Deer Creek beneath the Monon High Bridge on February 13th, 2017. The families and friends of 14-year-old Libby German and 13-year-old Abby Williams and strangers who have been captivated by this case will learn what role, if any, investigators claim Allen played in the death. See, that's what I'm saying. That they well, we're going to have specifics, because I'm not just getting, if they don't charge him with murder or whatever, then, but, serious. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. See, now that Nita, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I needed that positive reinforcement tonight. And you brought it. The only way that you could bring it, Nita. That's why you're a valued member of this community. Someone was asleep and they rose up to check and see if we were all here. Okay? Not falling asleep during the show, waiting for the show and falling asleep. It's a small community. And you know these families, you love these families, and whether they're best friends or not, they're still a part of you. And you feel sadness for them and hurt for them. Said Audrey Wardrip. Allen was arrested on October 26th, a week after sources tell Fox 59 news investigators converged on his house with a search warrant, seizing his car and digging through his fire pit out back. Hey, where'd the boy go? Do you want to take that bet back? Maybe I should get to shoot you with paintballs if you lose. That seems to be a fair, wherever you are, I'll come see you and I'll shoot you with paintballs. And then, then after that, if I lose, I'll come to you and you can shoot me with paintballs. Either way, someone's getting shot with paintballs. And it's not going to be me, because I'm telling you, there's no way that they searched this guy's house just a week ago and are going to announce to everybody in the world that he lied to investigators about something. And that's why we have him. They digging through his fire pit. For God's sakes. Digging through the guy's fire pit. Where you at, boy? Yeah, it sounds fair to me too. Awesome. I would never fly. I would never fly first class. Never. Never, ever would I fly first class. How pretentious would you have to be? Never. Nor would I fly the plane, because I don't know how. I don't know how to fly planes. That's why. So I wouldn't fly in first class and I wouldn't fly the plane. Allen was arrested on 22 weeks after sources told news. I saw police cars going down there, a couple police cars, and I never thought much of it, said the neighbor Joe Suryk. I don't even know what happened there. Allen appeared before a judge in Carroll County Circuit Court Friday morning during an initial hearing. Allen was immediately booked into Carroll County Jail just 2 blocks away before he was transferred to the jail of another county for his own protection on his way to eventual pretrial incarceration at a state correctional facility this week. Superintendent Carter said early on during the investigation that the killer of the two girls could very well be hiding in plain sight in the community, a sentiment that was echoed this week by a visitor to the High Bridge east of town. And to be right in the community, and probably has joined all the group sites I have from beginning on Facebook, and just to see what's going on, speculated Gene Logston. Indiana State Police have been reluctant to divulge details of the investigation it conducted alongside the Carroll County Sheriff's and, for the time, the FBI. Two sketches, we all know this. Guys down the hill. So, another thing that I saw, God, look at that face. It's terrifying. See here. Okay, so there was one where they said that he wasn't cooperating. He looks like a thumb. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Here it is. This is what I was looking for.
As droughts get worse, it's clear that it will be less expensive and safer to underground lines in
friggin'
high-fire threat
PG&E.
areas.
It's unreal, dude. Seriously. I had it all zoomed in and I freaked out. All right. Police confirmed on Sunday that Richard Allen is not cooperating with their investigation into the murders after being taken into jail. We now have a face to go with the name. Fox 59 has obtained a photo of Richard Allen, the 50-year-old man arrested in connection with the Delphi murder case. A government source confirmed. The image is a state-issued photo of him. He looks nice. I'm kidding. He doesn't look nice at all. Somebody said something that just made a ton of sense to me yesterday. You look at this guy, and if you didn't know what he was accused of, or arrested in the connection of, as the friend from across the pond quite clearly pointed out to us, you would be like, okay, he's just a regular, like, he looks like, I don't know, a dad that you would see at the mini putt-putt or something, or whatever. But now that you know what he's been arrested in connection with, you look at him and go, ah. Allen was booked into the Carroll County Jail Friday in connection with the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi. Sounds like he gave a false statement. Just kidding. Additional information about his arrest, as well as his alleged role in the Delphi case, is expected during a news conference Monday. Indiana State Police said they won't provide any additional details about the investigation. Until then, Allen's arrest marked a major turning point in the investigation into the February 2017 deaths of the girls whose bodies were found February 14th, 2017. They'd gone hiking and disappeared on the Monon High Bridge. Their deaths have gone unsolved for more than 5 years. So, basically, basically, he is arrested in connection with the murders. How much connection could you have with the murders? Let's see. Mike says, what does it mean when they say connection and won't say killer is factually arrested? Now, why wait until Monday? Because they can. It gives them a chance to prepare for the media onslaught that's coming. If, say, they did that all in the same day, it's already going to, tomorrow, I'm telling you, tomorrow's going to be chaotic. It'll be very chaotic. But they want to get prepared, and they want to be set up for this. They don't want to be hit with all kinds of, basically they say, hey, we have 72 hours to charge this man publicly. We have 72 hours. We'll tell you everything, or not everything, but we'll hold a press conference. We'll hold a press conference Monday. And so, yeah, that's why they're going to wait. Let's see here. Second question. Carter said on April 2019, killer most likely met cop. How does Allen fit this statement given by LE? But then not every statement by LE is going to be like correct and on point. I mean, he said most likely. You know what I mean? Most likely. It's not a definite, but I understand what you're saying. Kind of. Let's just see. Yeah. There's definitely some weird stuff going on up there. So it's the gay in public. You know, none of that's really important. Like I said, they wanted some time to prepare. Like, you really got to understand how big the case really is. It's a huge case that has just garnered attention from everywhere, all corners of the earth, man. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just. I don't know if that's I think it is a jail photo. Okay, what's this? What video are we gonna wait another 20 seconds for? Is anybody falling asleep out there? No, still with me? Yeah, I believe that is his jail photo. Yes. You guys asleep? Yeah, you're asleep. Great. Okay, let's see what Max has to say.
Till that news conference with Indiana State.
Max Lewis joining us live now in Delphi with more. Max?
Yeah, Max. Speak up. Make everybody fall asleep.
I spoke with both of the families today, and they are going to hold off until that news conference with Indiana State Police until they comment on this development. But Libby's grandfather did tell me one thing, that today was bittersweet. This case has completely consumed this community for nearly 6 years now, and you can see evidence of it right here. Pictures of the girls, the sketches that state police released, along with that grainy photo that was taken on Libby's cell phone. These pictures are in windows across this community, really showing how much it's affected people, and everyone I talked to today said they are sharing that very same bittersweet feeling. Wildfire across Delphi.
I literally just found out like 5 minutes ago.
Everyone telling whoever they could.
Now my wife texted me and said that they had made an arrest. I mean, literally 2 minutes ago.
The feeling when they heard that 2 little girls might finally see justice was palpable.
Chills all over my body. Like, I was ecstatic, finally. Yeah. Some closure for the families. We're very happy. We're very happy as a community.
The murders of Abby Williams and Libby German have consumed this small town for nearly 6 years.
Didn't he just say that already?
You know, shocking that it could happen in a place like this.
Shop owner Laura Green says the town has never been the same since.
It's had a big effect. I mean, in the beginning, we didn't trust people. We were always looking behind our back.
But the worst revelation today is that the suspect is one of their own.
For those of us who came in contact with this suspect, it's kind of eerie.
Now they say they can hopefully, finally, move on.
Like a weight's been lifted.
Really?
Yeah. Off everybody. I think everybody's just going to be really happy.
Peace of mind, back to normal life.
Yeah. You think for yourself?
Absolutely.
But so many here know for the families of the 2 girls, it won't be that easy.
People who knew the girls will never be totally over it, I'm sure.
Now, as you heard in that piece, this has really been a mixed bag of emotions for this community as they begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel, or hopefully what is the light at the end of the tunnel in this case. Again, we do expect the families of both Abby Williams and Libby German to speak at that news conference with Indiana State Police right now, scheduled for Monday morning. Live in Delphi this evening, I'm Max Lewis. We'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Max.
Max, thank you so much. We appreciated it.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, Max. Hold on, let me wrangle the chat here a little bit. Okay. The boy with a thorn in his side says, correct, it wasn't a single killer. It never truly is. How else could one individual control 2 strong-willed teenagers? I don't know, a gun? Like, what do you mean? You point a gun at 2 people, they're going to typically... Oh, my gosh!
Less expensive and safer to...
Sorry. You point a gun at 2 people, especially little kids. You know what I mean? Two little kids are gonna, do this. I mean, there's a million ways. There's a million ways. I've heard that he was 5'4". I've heard that he was 5'8". He was arrested for some misdemeanor. I don't know what the misdemeanor was, but I believe it was listed as 5'8". But I don't think anybody's as tall as they say that they are on their driver's license. He's probably a couple inches shorter than that, so I don't know. Yeah, and I agree that there's still there's still a lot that we don't know. And personally, I think the river search had to do I thought it had to do with ballistics. I don't know if it did or if it didn't, but I thought that it might have had something to do with ballistics. Hold on here. And this was the article from, I believe, May. This one's interesting too. Of course, we got to listen to PG&E talk about how they don't burn entire communities to the ground. Mike, they were out searching at his place. How did it have nothing to do with Delphi?
Of Abby Williams and Libby German provided us a copy of this search warrant, and it reveals new facts about the crime scene where the girls' bodies were found out back on Ron Logan's Carroll County property on February 14th, 2017.
This is the gate they left down.
2 days after the bodies were discovered, Ron Logan showed us around his property that backs up to Deer Creek and sits at the bottom of the gorge where the Monon High Bridge towers up above, where Libby German and Abby Williams met the man who took their lives.
Okay, there's the crime scene down there. See how the ground's much more matted down right in here? I think you're right there.
The search warrant from March 17, 2017, recently made public reveals Libby German shot 43 seconds of video on her cell phone of this man following them on the bridge at approximately 2:13 p.m. on February 13th. And at noon the next day, the girls' bodies were found on Logan's property. There was quite a loss of blood, and the investigators think the killer may have gotten some of that blood on him. An item of clothing was missing from one of the girls, and, quote, it also appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged, leading investigators to theorize that the killer took a souvenir from the crime scene and maybe took pictures. It looked to investigators like the girls died without putting up a fight. Unknown fibers and hairs were collected from the scene. The search warrant authorized investigators to seize any guns or knives Logan had in his house, take a sample of his blood or bodily fluids, and his cell phone.
This is my backyard. My backyard just happens to be bigger than most people. How many people have a murder committed at their home in their backyard?
The FBI
not many, Logan. You might not want to point that out next time if that ever happens again. I mean, seriously, how odd could you make yourself seem? Very. And he did. He did a great job of it too, actually. It's pretty unbelievable. YouTube. Let me see. I always like save them on. So I never know. They say that there was a scarf covering his face, right? Uh-oh. Yeah, they do, I think, actually. Geez, I know nothing about this case. That's all right. People go to sleep here. I know, me too, actually. It's terrible. This looks interesting, actually. I mean, it's so secluded out there. That's what I watch you, but I still know nothing. Great. Well, it looks like I'm doing a good job. Putting people to sleep. All that crap. Yesterday, what was it? Was it yesterday I had pink eye? Is Ron dead now? Did he really pass away? I didn't know that. Yeah, thank you. Right, yeah. Hit the like button. Logan was my main suspect. Hold on one second. It's crazy how, like, who, please? What day was it that I had pink eye? I had pink, yeah. Yeah, I had pink eye on Friday. That's true. That is a good drone. Well, what do we got going on here? Interesting. Dude, you're gonna be so wrong. Like it's gonna be epic. How wrong you're gonna be. No, I don't have conjunctivitis. I don't have pink eye. People fall asleep when listening to me. The girls walked on the bridge. Yes, they did, unfortunately. Good old pink eye. How am I going to let pink eye stop me? I don't have it. I'm ignoring the chat from now on. Okay, back to the drone footage and tomorrow waking up at 6:30 so people can tell me that I have pink eye. I mean, that just like, I'm cold just looking at it. I'm cold just looking at it. The one thing that I saw the other day that was kind of interesting is let me see here. Somebody did walk the path. I thought that was interesting. Maybe not. No. Can't find it. Maybe they won't strike me for this. I don't know. Maybe they will. Who cares?
Valentine's Day, a day that would leave bridge. Right. Police release.
News reported on the
comprehend what all's happened. I'm not sure I fully comprehend what all's happened yet. Two young kids playing, you know, thinking they're having a wonderful day, Valentine's Day, and ends up in one of the largest tragedies in Carroll County history.
In your backyard?
In my backyard. Yeah, it's a big thought. Okay. Not a good one.
Turns out
The FBI was also talking to Logan. An agent at the time noted that Logan's voice was not inconsistent with that of the voice captured on German's phone. The FBI notes an interview with Logan's relative in which the relative tells the agent that Logan called them the morning of February 14th, 2017, and asked them to lie about where he had been the previous afternoon. That was before the bodies of the girls were found. 13 News was there as Logan's home was searched.
More than a dozen investigators worked for hours, searching Ron Logan's home, his garage, barns, and property. They are looking for clues to whether Logan is connected to the murder.
Yeah, they have, I
trying to
think.
either
You're right.
clear him or look at him even harder. That's what we're trying to do here.
Abby Williams and Libby German were found murdered on Logan's property. Days later, he walked us to the secluded crime scene, appearing shaken by what occurred here.
I can't really wrap my emotions around it. It's just so mind-boggling.
Later, when someone used social media claiming Logan resembles investigators' prime suspect, the 77-year-old was understandably angry.
I was cleared by the authorities ages ago.
Since then, investigators received new leads and found new information, prompting the search and putting new attention on Logan.
As we have gone into the investigation and have talked to other people, things are just not adding up, and we're just trying to get things added up.
Police arrested Logan earlier this week on a probation violation. He has numerous drunk driving convictions. He's being held without bond. Investigators searched with the help of a canine. They carried away armloads of potential evidence and seized Logan's truck. Police, though, warned against rushing to any conclusions.
This is part of the investigation. This is not our first search warrant. We've done several others other than this residence. We've done some polygraphs. We've done all kinds of things to other people.
In citing reasons for the search warrant, the FBI agent noted that pieces of clothing from one of the victims were missing and that it appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged. There were no visible signs of a struggle or fight. Investigators recovered fibers and unidentified hairs at the crime scene. The agent also suspected a souvenir had been taken by the killer and that it was common for perpetrators to memorialize the crime scene with pictures. It's not clear if anything was found in Logan's home, but he was never arrested before he died in 2020.
On July 17th of 2017, police released their first sketch of the suspect. They had received thousands of tips and were working through them. But as the months passed and years passed, this case went quiet. That was until April 2019. That's when a new sketch of the suspect was released. And additional audio of the suspected killer from Libby's phone emerged. Again, tips came flooding in.
We don't know.
The families of the girls and that community in Delphi were hopeful it would finally lead to a break in the case.
We have no clue.
But again, days turned to weeks, weeks to months, and months into years with no arrest and sadly no answers.
Then, nearly 5 years after the murders on December 6th of 2021, police asked who had communicated with the social media account of the name Anthony Schatz. A flurry of activity took place then. The images in the accounts were those of a male model. The account itself belonged to a man from Miami County. He lived just over 30 minutes from Delphi. Police said Keegan Klein admitted to creating the account to solicit nude images from underage girls.
Tell me about Anthony Schatz. Why did you create that profile?
I don't really know.
Because I'm a pervert.
Lonely, you know what I mean? Just talking to people. I don't know why I did it.
But Klein said he was not trying to meet any of those girls in real life. Klein also said that police told him his Anthony Schatz account was the last to communicate with German before her murder. Turns out, police had served a search warrant on Klein's home in 2017, just days after the girls' bodies were found. It was for a child exploitation and child pornography case.
And so, are you aware whether you may have talked to Libby on the 13th?
That's what they said. That's what the police told me.
That you did?
Yeah.
And do you have any recollection of that?
No, not at all. I've told them 100 times I've done everything they wanted me to, and it's like they're just harassing me.
Klein was charged August 29th, 2020 with 30 counts, including child exploitation, possession of child pornography, and obstruction of justice. He allegedly told investigators he would talk to girls using the Anthony Shots account, even if they were
They're
under
harassing
16.
me.
He
Yeah, they're harassing you. 30 counts, brother.
claimed to have received
Idiot.
photos from all of the girls he chatted with. Investigators seized 6 devices from Klein, including smartphones, a tablet, and an iPod Touch. Police found sexual images of girls. Some appeared to be only 14 years old.
Sick.
And after being interviewed by police, Klein returned home. He later told police he found another phone and turned it over to them. Police said an examination showed someone had uninstalled and deleted Snapchat,
Right, of course.
Instagram, and Meet Me. The browser's search history had also been deleted before the phone was turned into authorities. After several continuances, his jury trial was set for September of 2022 in the child pornography case. Klein has not been charged in the Delphi murders. He has not even been named a suspect. And so the families of Libby German and Abby Williams wait for answers.
5 years. That's 1,825 days that have passed since the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German were found in the woods near Delphi.
They probably had you.
That's 43,800 hours. The people who loved them have had to wonder who the man is in this video. The man investigators say killed the girls and where he's at now.
I don't think anybody thought we'd be here at the spot at the 5-year mark with an unsolved case.
But that's where they are, despite thousands of tips, along with video and audio of the killer. Libby captured on her cell phone as the girls hiked on the Monon High Bridge Trail. Not to mention 2 different sketches released 2 years apart.
I think eventually what we'll be able to do is put the face of the murderer up in between those 2 sketches, and we'll be able to merge them together and become one.
Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says he personally gets 25 to 30 tips a week that he forwards to investigators. Carter can't give a definitive timeline as to when the girls' families or the public will have answers or the justice they want.
What's important to me on the 5-year anniversary is that people know that we're continuing to full speed ahead.
It's frustrating. We all thought we would have answers 5 years ago, but we also know that law enforcement is doing absolutely everything they can and putting all of their time and effort into the case, and they want answers just as much as we do.
Both families have a mantra they've said since the beginning.
And today's the day.
5 years later, those words don't always come out as easily as they used to.
I mean, some days it's really hard, but yeah, we still keep positive that today could be the day and tomorrow could be the day and any day. We just have to keep being hopeful on that and have faith that it will be one day.
I know my grandparents say it every day, but for me, it's something that I say to reassure myself when I'm feeling frustrated, when I'm feeling like no answers are coming, and I'm feeling defeated. I say that. I say, today is the day, it's coming. It'll get here.
The question remains, when?
The community continues to rally in memory of the girls. A ballpark was built and dedicated in their names. Benefit rides are held to remember the girls and help with the upkeep of the park. And tips continue to come into police, each one investigated, and another chance at solving the murders of 2 young girls.
So, I know a lot of people are saying like he didn't act alone. I got a feeling that he did this by himself. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think that he was connected with a bunch of weirdos, and like that's just, you know, I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. I'm wrong all the time, actually. What is this? Oh, I already saw this. But yeah, I could definitely. I don't want to see a reenactment. I just want to see where they're. Former cellmate. The hell is that? People do like that's some weird. I don't know who that is. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you too. Tuesday, the guy that runs the channel Delphi After Dark will be on here to discuss this, and it will be interesting. He lives right outside of Delphi. He's actually going to be at the presser tomorrow. Let's see. He'll be at the presser tomorrow, and he's coming on to talk about this case with me. But it should be a good show because True Calgary, he's out. Yo, Don is out. He is on a roll. Don is out. And he's starting a new life. I'm just kidding, but Amy, you're not awake. You're asleep, just like everybody else. It's all right. I don't care. Go to sleep, everybody. Wow, twice. Yeah, it'll be very. I'm very interested to ask him questions, and I'm sure he'll take questions from you guys as well. Very nice man. Yeah. Don's out, man. He's out. Sucks. You want a sound effect there, right? Hold on. Hey, Don. Don, are you out of prison or jail?
That's because God understands our human brain.
Don, if I was to ask you to describe yourself in one word. In one word, what would it be?
Idiot.
Good one. Do you think that you're smart, Don?
No.
Do you think do you think that people like you?
No.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to give you one more chance, Don. What one word would you describe to yourself? How would you describe yourself, Don? One word.
Idiot.
Okay. Well, he's bound and determined. Why is that? Why do you consider yourself an idiot?
That's because God understands our human brain.
So God understands our human brain, and that's why? Interesting. Are you sure? Because I feel like you're dumb. You were very dumb. I mean, was there ever any indication that you were going to be good at anything growing up?
Right. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I didn't think so. What about Did you have a lot of friends when you were a kid?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I'm not. I was. Do you think you'll ever have friends?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Yeah, it's weird. Feel bad for you, man. Feel bad for you.
Okay. Okay.
Certainly.
All right.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
I've
dude.
done my best. It's hard, you know. That's real tough.
Yeah. I heard, this is just what I heard, Don, that Candace had to tie your shoes because you didn't know how to tie your shoes. Is that true?
I've done my best. It's hard, you know. That's real tough.
All right. And then what? So what is? So what does she say to you when you can't even tie your shoes? Does she? I mean, does she call you a specific name? Idiot. Oh yeah, that seems to go on a lot with you. That's like kind of your name, right? People just kind of call you that.
No.
Oh, they don't? Yes, they do. Don't lie to me. Don't you dare lie to me. He's lying to me, folks. He's lying.
That's because God understands our human brain.
No. I don't think so, Don. I don't think so. Yeah, that's right. Don's always the Don, did you ever consider like being an okay person?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. Well, that makes sense too. Here, let me make sure they can see their logo. Not that he's aware of, guys. Nothing I can do about that. He's not aware of it. Not that I'm aware of. Not that he's aware of. Can we get to the bridge here? God, it's so many different places to. Place will forever be eerie to me. I'm sure the landscape is beautiful and everything, but I just don't see. I don't really see the beauty that people are talking about. Not anymore, at least. Let's see. The lab. Do you think they were murdered somewhere else and moved or just moved around? I mean, they probably, I don't know. It would be so, it's, the whole thing's odd. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they were probably killed somewhere else and then placed somewhere. And true, is it True Cowgirl? Like California Girl 1? I am too. You know, I don't see an ocean. I don't see. It's not that it's not pretty. It's just, you know. Judy in the house. What's up, Judy? It's the strangest. Yeah, he's got some spackling to do, that's for sure. He's got some major spackling. He's a spackling man. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I just hope it's not. I just don't think it's gonna be a disappointment. I'm just very, very hopeful that God, I mean, I would really, really hate that. I would. There's no way, right? There's no way that they're going to have this big press conference tomorrow after an arrest in the connections of the murder. This has to be the guy that they charge with murder, right? This has to be the guy that they charge with the murder. Why else would they be going through all of this? Because look, there have been press conferences in the past that, everybody gets excited for. Yes, justice for Summer Wells, absolutely. But there have been press conferences in the past, and they've been an absolute letdown. It's, I'm honestly not saying that that's not, it just can't. I just don't. I would just be stunned. They can't. Can you imagine? This is their guy, right? This has to be their guy. You heard the people in Delphi. This is it. We can breathe a little easier now. Can you? Can you? I mean, if this isn't the guy, then where is he? It might be short. Yeah, I don't know. But look, this has to be their guy. I've just, right. But if it was, you're right. But if it wasn't like a big deal, if it wasn't a major arrest, if it wasn't, right, $20 million bail, that should be the guy, right? That should be the guy. That should be the guy. And by the way, Dawn, somebody was saying that there was a fire at like 110 Ben Hill Road. It's like Transylvania. Like, look it up. Oh, look, Dawn started a fire. Maybe Candace threw him in the fire. Is that possible? Does that sound, I mean, it's possible, right? I'm with it. Yeah, exactly. Logan had nothing to do with it other than they were dumped on his property. You know, the funny part is, there were a few, yeah, it does. I'm feeling it too. Check this out though. There were a few people in here earlier that were talking about how much they like to sleep when they watch this show. And guess what? They're gone. So they're probably asleep. They're probably asleep. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, $20 million bail for lying to police. Pew. Oh, God, gross. I don't even care. Yeah, all the people that were like, hey, I love this show. So I love your show. I fall asleep to it every night. It's unbelievable. Yeah, see? Julie, I told you Julie was gone. I don't know, Karen. You were quiet for a while. That's what, Karen, don't lie. Okay. Oh, great. Nice. Surprisingly still awake. Yeah, it's a shock to all of us. Kit Kat, just let it go. Just be done. I turned this on. I turned this on as I lay down to sleep. Awesome. It's just awesome. Yamaha Biker says, now, no crying. But you're not the one that's saying, it's not you that they're saying that they fall asleep when they listen to your show. So what do you mean? Yes, they are on Ben Hill. Candace has been back there for a little bit getting her ready, or her place ready for yeah, Jim, that's because you're in NorCal. Like you live on the West Coast with me. You know what I mean? Josh is very butthurt. I am butthurt, actually. I've been butthurt, and I'll always be butthurt. That's what I do. I get butthurt. So leave me alone. Yeah, so the Uprising says also they don't do pressers for people lying to the police. I know. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know, true guy. A lot of people have been falling asleep during the show. A lot of people fall asleep during the show. I don't know if that's acceptable anymore. You got to be awake for the show. Well, that's just inappropriate, Yamaha Biker. Hi, Julie, as long as you stay awake. Yeah, it's my voice. We talked about this earlier. It's my voice. I'm not butthurt. I'm in Philly wide awake. I'm telling you, I'm really excited about this guy coming on from Delphi After Dark. Apparently he's writing a book, and he's been following this case pretty hardcore. And you know, I'm really excited to ask him a lot of questions, and you know, depending on how well behaved the chat is. Usually the chat's not well behaved. I end up with pink eye and I don't know, all kinds of other stuff. And for the record, I've never had pink eye, and I'll never have pink eye, for the record. 6:00 on Tuesday. That's right, Tuesday. Delphi Man After Dark. This is his channel too. I bet he'll let me play some of his stuff because he's cool, probably. But yeah, he's an interesting guy for sure. Uh-oh. Yeah, everybody better behave on Tuesday. If anybody falls asleep during the show on Tuesday, there's going to be some furniture moving. Yeah, for the record, I have never had pink eye. No, he doesn't have pink eye. Josh does not have pink eye, contrary to popular belief. Well, so I'll be on at 6:30, 7 o'clock, about 7 o'clock, 6:45-ish. I have to wake up pretty early because I got to go get coffee, which is a pain in the butt too. So I'm not pumped about that. I mean, I'm pumped to like get the coffee, but I'm not pumped about anything else. No, they don't, Grammy. Grammy says everybody gets pink eye. Well, not Josh. I don't know who would cross that bridge. That's one of these bridges that you don't cross when you get to it. Yeah, I just don't have any left. Yeah, furniture moving. Monday. What do I fall asleep to? The chat. How's that? Nah, nah, nah. The chat makes me fall asleep. I've never had pink eye. I would tell you if I've had pink eye. Nor have I ever had ringworm or anything like that. Sorry. I would tell you. I wouldn't be afraid to tell you that I've had pink eye. Yeah, man, my chat, they really put me to sleep. When I get tired, I get online and I talk about true crime, and it really puts me right to sleep, man. I love it. Best chat in the world, just makes me fall right asleep. How do you like it, huh? I don't have pink eye. I don't have pink eye. I don't know. Who brought up ringworm? I don't know. Not me. I didn't have it. I don't have ringworm. I've never had ringworm. Oh, really? I thought there was like 6 people left. See, now I've had a sty. I've never had pink eye. Ever. I've never had pink eye. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm sure one day I'll get pink eye. And then I'll tell everybody. I'll tell all of you. Hey, guess what? I got pink eye. That's right. I know where that place is. That place will give you pink eye. am late, everyone. Oh, you didn't miss anything. Not a thing. Trust me. Someone's going to clip that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Anita, he does have to be the guy. He does have to be the guy. You're right. I mean, $20 million bond. That's a bit much. I don't know. I don't know that many people that get a $20 million bond. $639. Why so? Why such a specific? Why $639? Did you mean 630? $639 sounds like a really good time. Sounds like a really good time. I think that's the time I'll get up. It just has to be him. I just can't imagine it being anybody else. Well, I would hate to. I hope this guy is the perp goes away for a long time. I mean, I don't know if it'll be a cap. Like, will it be capital murder? I don't know. If they can somehow prove that it was premeditated, then they have a chance at the death penalty. But somebody said, somebody said that they haven't used the death penalty since 2009. So, I don't know what kind, I don't know if this will be a death penalty case or not. It's, I don't know. It's like the longest bridge in the world. It's not, but it's really long for sure. It's really throw him off the bridge. Gosh, that is so. But it's not really a bridge, right? And it's like it is a bridge, but like it's a train track bridge. I wonder when the last time they used that is. Well, see, that's what I said about Cowgirl. That's what I said about the Nicholas Cruz case as well. I said that about the Nicholas Cruz case, but at the same time, they didn't. If there was any state that was going to do it, it would have been Florida. If there was any case that they would have done it in, it would have been the Nicholas Cruz case. 1929 was the last time. That was the last time. Wow. That would be a good yeah, he should have been fried. You're right about that. Yeah, I wouldn't care to do that much at all. Margaret, your words inspire me. Thank you. Somebody will clip. Yeah, it'll be like, I don't have a pink eye. Look at that pink eye. Amy says, I'm sorry, but I'm done listening to the self-deprecating. Night, y'all. I just can't tonight. Well, I don't know if I'm self-deprecating. It's more of a joke, but good night. February 14th. That's right. He's in protective custody. Yes, he is. Am I self-deprecating? I'm sorry. I had an eye infection so bad. One eye swelled shut. Went to the doctor. She insisted swab it for an STD in my eye. I've been married 10 years. Hello, kids. Of course it wasn't. It was a terrible story. But thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, it's a blast. I like it, at least sometimes. It's good. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. It is. Man, you don't even know. Tough sledding for sure. That's all right. It's okay. It really is rough. It's rough in the streets. No, it's self-deprecating, Josh Knight. But it's all right. I'm really not. I think they knew his name. I think they knew it was him for a long time, but he kept going in and out of mental hospitals, so they needed time to get the evidence. I heard that was it right after the killing that he checked himself into a mental institution? Is that true? Is that true? And now what is it? And I'm hearing this too about the Evansville, Iowa. Subisu says, Josh, if they set the bail, they would have to charge him, right? So they charge him and are just not telling us till tomorrow. They have 72 hours. They have 72 hours to charge him. And so or to release the charges, or anyway, they have 72 hours to do something. And within those 72 hours, they felt like there was a reason that he was arrested Friday and that this was set up for Monday, because they knew that it was going to be an absolute dog and pony show. I don't know if that's the right analogy, actually. I don't know if dog and pony show is the right analogy. But it's going to be a circus, so maybe that's the right analogy. I don't know. And yeah, I just, I think he's a lifelong Indiana guy. But let me see. Yeah, I'm just not really willing to burn her at this point. I mean, ice cream and pony rides. I like that. Never ridden a pony before. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Sorry if I was being a downer. Seeing this as there's no leave so open, he could have easily been caught. Yeah? You're welcome. That's what I do. No. Nah, Jamie. I never rode a pony at the fair, but I would have liked to. Now there's not a person in the world that would let me ride their pony. Now that is going to get clipped. What's this? I don't know who this guy is. I'm married, sorry. What's happening here? Oh, Lulu goes in. That's a lot of gifts. I'm just a bachelor. Thank you, Lulu. Is it going to play again? It's going to play again, isn't it? I'm not riding a pony. There's no way I'm going to ride a pony. What's going on here? Not riding a pony. Ride a horse. That's about it, though. Yeah, no one is asleep now. Sorry. I don't know how to change it. Everyone should have a pony. Everybody should. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, true cowgirl, thank you so much. It's very nice of you. Lulu, thank you as well. I don't want a horse either. Everyone should have a pony ride. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to go in. I'm gonna have to move to a different city because we don't have a Sonic here. But I'm telling you what, God bless the world. God bless the world if they're really giving away 50-cent corn dogs. I just... That's too funny. Thank you, Debbie. Oh man. That is so funny. Hold on one second. I know. The 50-cent corn dogs might be a good enough reason to move out of town. If there was ever a reason, that would be the reason. And with that $4.99 True Cowgirl, I am going to buy a $5 corn dog. You betcha. That's what I'm going to do with that. $5. I'm going to get one. I get a $5 corn dog. Because I like corn dogs. A lot. Who doesn't like corn dogs, right? I know I do. Jeez. What happened? What happened? Now I'm craving a corn dog. Everybody should have a corn dog once in their life, right? True Crime with Utah. Yeah. 10 for $5. I was on the interview room last night. I believe it was last night for about 10 minutes. Came in at the very end. Yeah, it was cool. Always fun going on with. I put myself to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, and everybody, that's not the right ratio, Allie, but I'm telling you, so what it is basically, here, hold on. What it is, I think the corn dog I ate. Oh, buy some, keep some in the freezer. Eat for 20 minutes. Chris was on Court TV, I think, the night before. But yeah, he had a live last night that I was on just for a few minutes. I enjoyed it. It was cool. So he's always so. I got to figure out how to start working the two cams on this bad boy. That's right, 86-14. 86-14. That's the ratio. I kind of want to see Keegan. Interview. Because I don't think I've ever watched it before. Maybe I have. I don't know. Who's this? Are they breaking it down? I don't want anybody to break it down. I just want to hear what the weirdo has to say. Jeannie, what's going on? Welcome back from vacation in the house. Yeah, he's all right. Whatever. I'm just kidding. Where's is this it? Does he not talk much? Oh my god. Why is there a patch of hair missing like out of the front? How's that happen? Like does anybody actually go bald from there? Like right there? Nobody. Nobody that I've ever seen, right? Well, like why is he missing a patch out of the front of his hair? I don't get it. And if somebody could explain that to me, I would love to. Josh, put your face next to his hat on. Like, no, absolutely not. No, because I don't want anybody saying I look like him. Or Bridge Guy or whoever or Key. I remember somebody was like pissed off at me on here and they were saying that I looked like this guy. That I look like Keegan Klein. Melissa, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Corn Dog Fund. Yeah, somebody told me that I look like Dom DeLuise the other day. It was a beauty. And then people wonder why I'm self-deprecating. God.
I feel like I'm being...
Oh, whoops. I had it on. I know. I don't.
I feel like I'm being harassed completely.
Did you have anything to do with the murders of Abby or Libby?
Not at all. And I've gave up my DNA, a hair follicle test. I've done everything they wanted me to.
That must have been costly. That must have been costly. Give up your precious hair.
In December, Delphi investigators announced that catfish account Anthony Schatz was active on Instagram and Snapchat in 2016 and 2017.
I don't care.
And they asked for any
shots. Why did you create that profile?
I don't really know.
That's exactly where his hair went.
Lonely, you know what I mean? Just talking to people. I don't know why I did it, really.
And were you ever trying to meet these girls in real life that you were talking to?
No, never.
Just 11 days after the murders of Abby and Libby, task force investigators served a search warrant on the home that Kegan shared with his dad. At the time, the FBI told the Lafayette Journal and Courier they found nothing to indicate a connection to the Delphi case. Kegan's electronics were confiscated then, but he wasn't arrested until 3 years later. He's now facing 30 counts of child pornography and child solicitation in Miami County, Indiana, unrelated to the Delphi murders. He says, though, that Indiana State Police told him Anthony Schatz had been communicating with Libby before her murder.
So why do you think investigators are putting so much
He's hideous,
focus on
for
you
sure.
right now?
I have not a clue. I think it's because they said I was the last person to talk to her, is what they've told me.
And then she shows up at the bridge and they're abducted and later found dead.
Right.
I know, Wolfie, I'm
And
pumped.
that was not you.
No, 100% not.
Keegan says he has no memory or knowledge of communicating with Libby, and investigators haven't confirmed if what he says is true.
Do you think you're going to be charged with anything related to Abby and Libby's murder?
No, I don't.
So the state police haven't threatened that?
No.
Klein is still in the Miami County Jail.
Why do you think investigators are putting so much focus on you right now?
I have not a clue. I think it's because they said I was the last person to talk to her, is what they've told me.
And then
Klein says investigators haven't.
Which, by the way, is a good enough reason to harass you. I'm sorry.
Threatened any charges against him for Abby and Libby's murders. And while he's admitted to cheating, or rather creating the Anthony Shots profile to get inappropriate pictures, he says that's where the crime ends.
were you ever trying to meet these girls in real life that you were talking to?
Yeah, I don't believe that
No,
either.
never.
Did you have anything to do with the murders of Abby or Libby?
Not at all. And I've gave up my DNA, a hair follicle test.
A hair follicle test.
Done everything they wanted me to.
We reached out to state police tonight to ask if they've collected DNA samples from Klein. As we wrap up tonight's big story, remember the tip email address for the Delphi murders. It's still active. Even years later, any piece of information you can share could be the key to cracking this case.
Was this the
Doug Carter, and he has taken the stand.
Was this the last press conference? Oh, hopefully this isn't what we see tomorrow.
The Delphi community, how grateful I am. You inspire people that you don't even understand.
I don't know.
You don't even understand why. Information is being released today is the result of literally thousands and thousands of hours of extraordinary investigative efforts by Delphi, Carroll County, the FBI, the Indiana State Police, and countless other agencies. This community surrounded us some 26 months ago, and you did everything you could to support us, but most importantly, you surrounded the family of these two little girls. Gosh, I'll never forget it. After you hear what we're going to release today, I'm going to ask for your continued support, your continued understanding, your empathy and compassion as we move forward.
They had to be watching it for a long time. I mean, at
We're
least
seeking the public's help to identify the driver of a vehicle that was parked at the old CPS DCS welfare building in the city of Delphi that was abandoned on the east side of County Road 300 North next to the Hoosier Heartland Highway between the hours of noon to 5 on February 14th, 2017. If you were parked there or know who was parked there, please contact the officers at the command post at the Delphi City Building. We are releasing additional portions of the audio recording
it is interesting
from that day. Please keep in mind the person talking is one person and is the person on the bridge with the girls. This is not two different people speaking. Please listen to it very, very carefully. We are also releasing video recovered from Libby's phone. This video has never before been previously released. The video shows a suspect walking on the bridge. When you see the video, watch the person's mannerisms as they walk. Watch the mannerisms as he walks. Do you recognize the mannerisms as being someone that you might know? Remember, he is walking on the former railroad bridge. Because of the deteriorated condition of the bridge, the suspect is not walking naturally due to the spacing between the ties. During the course of this investigation, we have concluded the first sketch released will become secondary as of today. The result of the new information and intelligence over time leads us to believe the sketch, which you will see shortly, is the person responsible for the murders of these two little girls. We also believe this person is from Delphi. Currently,
I'm away.
Or has previously lived here. Visits Delphi on a regular basis or works here.
Oh.
We believe this person is currently between the age range of 18 and 40, but might appear younger than his true age.
He doesn't.
Directly to the killer, who may be in this room. We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
I didn't get a sandwich.
For more than 2 years.
I wish I did, though.
You never thought we would shift gears to a different investigative strategy, but we have. We likely have interviewed you or someone close to you. We know that this is about power to you. And you want to know what we know. And one day, you will. A question to you. What will those closest to you think of when they find out that you brutally murdered two little girls? 2 children. Only a coward would do such a thing. We are confident that you have told someone what you have done. Or at the very least, they know because of how different you are since the murders. We try so hard to understand how a person could do something like this to two children. I recently watched a movie called The Shack. And there's also a book that talks so well about evil, about death, and about eternity. To the murderer, I believe you have just a little bit of a conscience left.
Very angry. And I understand.
And I can assure you that how you left them in that woods is not what they're experiencing today. To the family, I hope that you all will give them some time, because we're going to be asking that there's no media inquiry or no media response for at least the next 2 weeks, and I hope you understand why. The family found out about this information this morning.
Yes, it is.
I just want the family to know that when I take my last breath on this earth, I'll be thinking of them. There's going to be a tremendous amount of questions. I know that. Never in my career have I stood in front of something like this. Please be patient with us, please. We're just beginning. We are just now beginning. And I can tell you on behalf of the sheriff and the police chief, so many other partners.
I think he's a wonderful man.
That have stood with us over this period of time.
I really, really do.
We will
a lot. I
stop.
Have the utmost respect for him. He's a good man. It was rough.
I just unveiled the person that we believe responsible for the murder of these 2 little girls. So I invite media to take a look at that now. It's not up. Kim. We're also going to show you a video not previously released that superintendent spoke to, and also the audio
He is
that's
been amazing.
additional to what's been previously released. It's only a slight
I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you've listened to the Down the Hill podcast. And it's a great podcast, done very, very, very well. And he takes apart like a little, he does a little bit on there, and I just listened to the guy, and I just think he was the guy for the job, unfortunately. Like he was in the right, they just needed him. And he's been a calming presence in this entire situation. And I have a lot of respect and admiration.
Change on it. So give Sergeant Riley just a second as he gets that up and ready.
Yes, it is. Yes, check that podcast out if you haven't. It's something. I think HLN. Dude, that's another thing. When did he say this? About the merging of the photos. I think when he said the merging of the photos, to me, yeah, we'll check that out next.
Stand by for the video, please. There is no sound of the video.
Oh, geez. By the way, one thing that I've been thinking about now that, we have some sort of idea. This is interesting. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. It's a sketch. The one thing, like, what do you think went through his mind when he turned on the TV and saw that? What do you, he had to just be like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now, I don't know how much this is going to help solve the case, but like I said, these children had, yeah, me too. Me too. But these children had the wherewithal. And I truly feel this way about it when I say that they left us as much as they could from the grave. They are going to be as responsible for solving this as anybody else. They are solving their own murder. They have contributed in ways that they will never get to know. These two girls are solving their own murder. This evidence is from them. They did this. Whatever happens tomorrow, and I hope that this is the beginning of the end for this case. They knew, they sensed that this man was trouble. They sensed it. They knew it. And in their last act, what they've done is, if tomorrow we do find out that this guy is the guy that they're looking at for this, and it takes him off the street, they have saved others. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to save themselves, but yet somehow, some way, they knew that there was something amiss, and it was like that. Once again, that's what makes this case so odd, is because you have you have the victims, you have the crime scene, you have audio, you have video, and it's going on 6 years. Usually when you have, and supposedly they have some sort of DNA, maybe a fingerprint, a thumbprint, I don't exactly know. There's a lot of speculation. But if, in fact, they solve this, and I do believe they will, I mean, it's unbelievable. This story, it has a movie-esque, it's like somebody wrote this, but it's not. It is as real as the day. If this was a fictional story, it would be a good, like, it would be something, it would be a Hollywood movie. And by the way, there's no disrespect to that, because obviously it is not a Hollywood movie. But what I'm saying is, they make movies like the killer is right here the whole time. Have we seen one like this in a long time? No, I don't think so. Every single element of this story, this case, this entity, is one. It is a cautionary tale. These girls And don't think that parents around the country saw what happened here and it didn't affect many more lives and save lives. So, you know, like I said, these girls, what happened to these girls, you know, I can't imagine the fear and the anxiety and the stress and the sadness, just, you know, I don't even want to think about what he did to them. And, you know, those are details that we don't have. And those details eventually, if this goes to trial, which, you know, probably will, you know, those details will start to come out. Alicia says Libby was interested in true crime. She was a smart girl. She's the reason they got him. First he said disregard the first sketch. Then he said they would merge. Those are pretty two different things. John, I don't know if they physically did or not, and I, you know, I truly, I don't know. But they definitely left everything that they could here. They left everything that they could to help the investigation. Everything that they could. And God bless them. They did their own investigation. Yep, they aided it for sure. Let's see. Pinky Steve says YouTube channels are all about whodunit cases. No one will ever talk about cases solved the next day. I hope one day we will know what happened to Summer. Me too. Has Klein an alibi for that day? Just no, I don't know. I've heard that he does, but nothing that I know of, you know. Yeah, their killer needs to come to justice. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna take those out. Yeah, we're each other's alibis. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, Pinky. You know, this is just one of those cases, and you know, when it's done, it'll be talked about forever. You know, it'll be talked about forever. Keegan with local cousin. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't trust any of their alibis. I wouldn't trust any of their alibis at all. At all. I kind of do want to listen to what he says one more time. I find it so much more interesting now.
Listen in.
To the Delphi community, how grateful I am. You inspire people that you don't even understand, and you don't even...
Actually, what I want to see is... Okay, well, that's not what I... Let's see.
I got to say to the Delphi community how grateful I am.
Is this the same one?
You inspire people that you don't even understand,
Yep,
and you
same
don't even...
one. God, I'm an idiot. Idiot!
Today marks 5 years since the bodies of 2 Delphi teenage girls were found near the old Monon High Bridge.
And there's still high interest in this case. This is, of course, top of mind for the families every single day. The sister of Libby German tweeting this out: 1,825 days without you. We'll hear more from Kelsey German in just a moment. But now the biggest development. State Police Superintendent Dark Carter tells WRTV that the killer of Libby German and Abby Williams, he says, will be identified while he is on the job. It is a top priority for him. A video and sketch have resulted in thousands of tips, but the case remains unsolved. And since the early days, the families have adopted that slogan that today is the day, hoping that the intense interest in this case would lead to an arrest. Superintendent Carter yet again says this remains a top priority. Now at 6, the sister using her heartbreak to provide hope around the country.
This Hershey Kiss into this iced coffee and make it coffee kiss.
These videos are comforting for Kelsey German. She doesn't want to forget her sister Libby's voice, her laugh, their time together.
Hear and see all of the awesome memories that we had together. I think it just brings back all of that, all of the things that you started to forget.
Kelsey has a collection of about 10,000 pictures with her sister. She releases them one at a time on her Twitter account. It's a personal effort to keep her sister's story front and center and remind the public that their help to find the person who killed Libby and her friend Abby in February 2017 is not over. What have you learned about yourself during this time?
I've learned strength and patience and kindness, and I've learned that I have a passion for helping people that are going through what I went through 5 years ago.
Kelsey is working on her psychology degree at Purdue University. Her goal, to help victims and their families deal with the trauma of violent crimes. How do we begin to help people heal? In Indianapolis, we had a record number of homicides.
Yes, I will,
How do you
Pinky.
start that conversation?
Tomorrow morning.
I think the most important thing is to stop telling people you're sorry. Like, we know you're sorry. We don't have an answer, but ask us for a story. Let us tell you about our person, whether it's their sister, whoever, we want to talk about them. We want to tell you who they were and who they could have been.
I agree.
Libby and Abby would have graduated from Delphi High School in 2021.
Hey, Matt.
And would have been freshmen in college.
She doesn't get to be at my wedding or be at my college graduation. Every single day I think of what she could be doing, but she should be celebrating her life and moving on to much bigger things and changing the world like I know she would have been.
And this morning, the call to action continues. A reward of $325,000 is still being offered in this case. Please request anyone with any information to send their tips via email. Wow. That email account, abbyandlibbykip@caco.
Well, we have a lot to talk about tomorrow. It'll be an interesting week. She could be the next John Walsh. You're right about that. Seems like a great kid. Like a great kid. Can be interesting, I'm telling you. Tomorrow will be interesting. You guys take care. Good night. Thank you for the corn dog fund as well. And Lulu, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you to the mods. I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll be here. We'll unpack everything. Sorry, Jeannie. Sorry, Jeannie. I hate that. Why does it do that? Yeah. Let's see. Here, we'll do one more outro. Double outro. Hit the like button. Where are you going to be tomorrow morning?